everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from sacredsoulempowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, April 15th through Sunday, April 21st, 2019. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Angels of Atlantis Oracle cards by Stuart Pearce and Richard Crooks. So let's go ahead and get started by taking a look at your stones of choice this week. The first stone of choice is this beautiful red tiger iron. This is a nice palm stone, actually. It's got a really nice feel to it, but you can see that that color red relates to the root chakra. So this is a great stone, a powerful stone for grounding and even perhaps for manifestation. It's excellent for bringing a sense of clarity to your path or decisions that you might need to make. And it's very healing and energizing to that root chakra. So if you're feeling depleted in energies, this one is going to help with that. The second stone of choice is this beautiful seraphonite. And this is like a cabochon. It's very thin, you can see. And it's got a very nice feel, obviously, as well. This relates to the heart chakra with that beautiful green energy. And seraphonite is a stone of spiritual enlightenment. It helps you to get in touch with the angelic realm. These beautiful like white inclusions here within the green is like angel wings. And this is also a great stone to bring conscious awareness on higher planes of existence or higher planes of reality. And then your last stone of choice, you can see here, it's got these beautiful red inclusions against this black and white spotted stone. The red is ruby, so we have ruby inclusions here. And the black with the white specks, I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly, I believe is eudialyte. It's E-U-D-I-A-L-Y-T-E. So E-U-D-I-A-L-Y-T-E. So this is ruby inclusions in eudialyte. And the ruby part, of course, ruby has many qualities, but one of them is to shield you from any kind of negative energy, especially on a heart chakra level. And the eudialyte, this is a great stone that can help to kind of bring about or cause synchronicities in your life to occur and to happen. So again, your stones of choice are the red tiger iron, the seraphonite, or the ruby inclusions in eudialyte. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the astrology for this week. This is a powerful week, an important week. I might say that a lot, but this even more so than last week has some important planets shifting into new signs. But we start out on Monday the 15th of April with Venus in Pisces, and it's challenging Jupiter in Sagittarius. Now, Venus is the planet that rules love and relationships as well as money and finances, and she's in Pisces, which is this very unconditional, loving and compassionate, imaginative, creative kind of sign. So when it comes to love, romance, and relationships, this is a great place for Venus to be. Sometimes, though, she wears rose-colored glasses. When it comes to money and finances, it might not be the best placement because Venus in Pisces is like just kind of, you see something that's beautiful and you really want it and you just spend the money on it and, you don't really hold on to money very well and or create money or manifest money very well with Venus in Pisces. Now, if it's something that's very imaginative and creative and spiritual, then it's a little bit better with that. Now, again, Venus in Pisces is challenging or squaring Jupiter, the planet of blessings, the planet of expansion, the planet of our belief systems, in the sign of Sagittarius, which is fire and mutable and inspirational energy. And, this is, again, Jupiter is going to expand this energy. So, it's a challenging aspect. So this can bring in about challenges regarding money and financial issues or possibly how we're valuing our relationships or valuing our sense of self-worthiness, maybe within relationships. Jupiter's going to expand that energy. However, there can be a blessing in disguise here, even though it's a challenging aspect. Jupiter is the great benefic. So out of the planets that we are using in astrology, Jupiter is the biggest planet that brings the greatest blessings. And that's why he's called the great benefic. Now, Venus is called the lesser benefic, meaning that she's also a very beneficial energy or planet that can bring about blessings as well. So even though these two are in a challenging square aspect, they're both benefic planets, or planets that can bring blessings and positive energies. So it's almost like looking for the silver lining here. It's, you know, it's looking at things from the most positive perspective and allowing that Jupiter energy and that Sagittarius inspirational energy to expand you into the most positive place to bring about magical occurrences. Because Venus in Pisces is such a spiritual and magical, you know, creative kind of sign. So we can really kind of create some magic here if we make sure that we keep our belief systems and our thoughts in the most positive place. Now on Wednesday the 17th, we have Mercury, the planet that rules the mental realm, our thoughts, ideas, and communications. And he's finally moving out of Pisces and moving into the sign of Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, where his thought processes will be quicker. His inspiration to move forward with an idea is going to be stronger. If you remember, we had Mercury retrograde in Pisces, and so it was in Pisces for an extra long time. And as far as the shadow aspect here, I mean, Mercury's been in Pisces since February, just to give you some idea. On March 6th, the day of the new moon in Pisces that we had in March 6th, Mercury was at its point where it was turning retrograde at 29 degrees, the last degree of Pisces. Now on Tuesday, of course, Tuesday the 16th, the day before this day of Wednesday when Mercury moves into Aries, Mercury's finally moving out of its shadow on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday again it's moving out of Pisces and into Aries. And so this whole long time period of weeks on end of Mercury being in Pisces, where we've been very creative and very imaginative, and although communications might, you know, have vacillated back and forth, and as far as decision making, it's not good because, you know, you might think one way one day and another way the next day, or communications to move plans forward are not connecting appropriately, or they're kind of vacillating. Now we have Mercury going into Aries, and this is going to be really good for finally making that decision, for finally moving forward on that idea, you know, and to communicate it with a little bit more clarity and a little bit more energy behind it so that it can really start to unfold. On Friday the 19th, we have a full moon at 29 degrees Libra. Now 29 degrees is the critical degree. It's the last degree of any particular sign. Full moons are about completion. It's about endings. The 29th degree is about completion, because after 29 degrees, you go into 0 degrees of the next sign. So we really have a full moon here that is completing something. And the interesting thing about this is that the last full moon we had on March 20th last month was a full moon at 0 degrees of Libra. Remember when we talked about that? Full moons are completion, but that 0 degrees Libra full moon on March 20th was also kind of a new beginning as well as a completion, or the beginning of something, the initiation of something. It could have been a new idea, plan, energy, you know, career, place to live, you know, many different things. Now we have this full moon completion phase of the moon at the 29th degree of Libra, a completion degree. So whatever was kind of happening around the full moon March 20th, okay, whether it be, again, career-oriented, money-oriented, home-oriented, relationship-oriented, where there might have been some endings and new beginnings and death and rebirth kind of energies happening at the same time, and, you know, not really sure what was going on. Of course, that whole Mercury retrograde was a time where we really didn't know what was going on. Now we can come into this total completion phase. And of course, Libra rules relationships, and it rules partnerships, not just of a romantic nature, but of a business, friendship, family nature as well. It's all one-on-one relationships. Libra is also the sign of equality. justice, balance. And so things here can start to really come back into balance. Of course, the full moon is going to intensify the energies, and full moons are always a little bit more emotional and chaotic here. But know that with Mercury moving into Aries on Wednesday, and then later in the week we have Venus moving into Aries, which is going to again bring us this energy of new beginnings that can really start to unfold. Now, one more thing I want to say about the full moon at 29 degrees of Libra is that after, of course, the sun is at 29 degrees of Aries, okay, and the moon is at 29 degrees of Libra. So on Saturday, the next day, the sun moves into Taurus, but just a little, a few minutes after the full moon on Friday, the moon, because the moon moves faster, the moon will move out of Libra and into Scorpio. And this is significant because the moon in Scorpio, as it moves out of that 29th degree of Libra and into Scorpio, will be opposing Uranus at 1 degree of Taurus. So this is significant because Uranus is that kind of lightning bolt of energy, sudden redirections, changes, surprises, sudden revelations, things of that nature. So we could have a sudden emotional revelation. We could have some sort of emotional kind of outburst of some sort, or some people could have some emotional outbursts here. There could be something with money, finances, and shared resources, because Scorpio and Taurus are the money signs. So just know that this full moon is quite powerful because that moon will be opposing Uranus during it. Now again, Saturday, as I mentioned, the sun will be moving into Taurus now. And it's interesting that, we had the spring equinox, obviously, last month. The sun went into Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, time of new beginnings, planting new seeds. But now the sun is moving into the next sign, Taurus, where we start to nurture those seeds. We start to, also, we have to have patience with the nurturing of those seeds. But we start to really tend to the earth, because Taurus is an earth sign. So we're really kind of making sure that the earth is nutrient rich, and this is metaphoric, of course, but we're tending to our seeds and nurturing our seeds as the sun moves into Taurus. But remember, we had Mercury going into Aries on Wednesday, and also on Saturday, along with the sun moving into Taurus, we have Venus moving out of Pisces and into Aries. So now we have this Aries energy with Mercury and Venus. Mercury, again, our thoughts, ideas, and communications, moving forward much better, feeling more inspired, feeling more leadership oriented, feeling more take charge oriented. Venus moving into Aries. The divine feminine feeling stronger, more independent, more self-sufficient. And again, a time to kind of take charge and make things happen. So this is why this week, to me, tends to be one of the, what do I want to say, more important or inspiring kind of weeks, because of this movement with planetary changes and that full moon at the 29th degree of Libra. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the cards from the Psychic Tarot. This is a new deck that I got, again, by John Holland. I really, really like the depictions on the cards. And it is close to a regular tarot deck, but it's got a little added extra things in it, like it has chakra cards in it, and the major arcanas are, sometimes labeled a little bit differently. And the suits even. Normally in a tarot deck we have, wands and cups and swords and pentacles. And this one has physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, which, the suits in the regular tarot kind of indicate anyway. So let's go ahead, without further ado, and turn this first card over. Okay, this is the 9 of spiritual. The purple border here tells me that this is a spiritual suit. So the 9 of spiritual, you could say, likened to the 9 of wands or the 9 of rods in a traditional tarot. But here we have spiritual strength as our key phrase at the bottom. The 9 of spiritual and spiritual strength. The number 9, of course, gets to the end of the minor arcana, because we go 1 through 10, usually in a traditional tarot deck. So we're getting to the end of something here. And remember, Venus is at the tail end of Pisces at the beginning of the week. Mercury is at the tail end of Pisces and coming out of its shadow from Mercury retrograde at the beginning of the week. We have that full moon about completions. And so here we are, we're coming to a sense of completion about something on a spiritual level. And this card indicates spiritual strength. And I love the image here because we have like a, some sort of a yogi or a priest of some sort. And then we have like a Buddha type of energy here, a Buddha master image behind the male authority figure. And the Buddha figure is kind of lifting things up. So with our spiritual strength, we're completing something, and some sort of burden or some sort of challenge or some sort of karmic energies is being lifted up and out. Lifted up and out. And through our spiritual strength, we're going to be able to take the next step. The green here with the Buddha to me indicates the heart chakra. So we're being lifted up from some emotional challenges, I want to say. Okay, the heart chakra, emotions, relationships. So through our spiritual strength and moving forward over these past few weeks of what we've been through, we're being helped by the ascended masters, of course, being helped by the archangels to lift something up and out, to release something on an emotional body and even a spiritual body level, as the suit is the spiritual suit, but yet the green to me indicates emotions as well. Let's take a look at the second card here and see how the week unfolds. Okay, so this is one of those chakra cards that I'm talking about. This is number 2 and sacral chakra. The second chakra is the sacral chakra, and of course it resonates to the color orange. The sacral chakra is our chakra of, or center of, creative self-expression and sexuality and passion. And it does resonate a lot with the emotional level. The sacral chakra deals with the emotional as well. That's where our passion comes from, is through our emotional passion, our creative self-expression, etc. So I feel very intuitively guided to pull kind of a clarification card or a secondary information card to go with that sacral chakra card to see if there's any additional information besides what we spoke of that sacral chakra card is about. Oh my, that's interesting. We're going to look at that too, because that card was upside down in the deck. So I'm just going to set it down for a minute, but let's pull a card here for the sacral chakra. Clarification card for that sacral chakra card. Okay, this one here. And this is Major Arcana 21, the universe. Okay, again, the Major Arcana 21 in the universe card is also about a completion. So there's a lot going on here as far as completion of a cycle, or completion of an energy, or completion of karmic challenges, or even completion in the third dimensional realm, perhaps with a job, perhaps with a living situation, perhaps even with a relationship. But there's something being completed, and this is gearing us up for a new beginning and a new start. So how this relates to the sacral chakra is, again, this, what they're telling me is this creative self-expression, this creativity of the sacral chakra. Since we're coming into a time of completion here with the universe, now we can create through our sense of passion and our positive emotions the next step on our path, wherever it is that we want to go next. And let's go ahead and take a look at that card that was kind of upside down in the deck, and I don't know how that happened. But this is Major Arcana number 1, and it says passion ignited. So we have more passionate energy, more fire, orange kind of energy here. So this is really telling us to tune into what you're passionate about. Tune into what you're passionate about in relationships and work, in your life path, within yourself. Find that creative fire within yourself. Allow it to kind of rise up within you. I feel like a lot of what's happened over the past few weeks with some of the energies that we've been through has kind of squashed our energy. It's, whether it's squashing our physical energy or our spiritual energy or our creative energy, I feel like now we need to find that passion again. We need to ignite that passion, light that fire, allow that kundalini energy to kind of rise up and through us, and use that creative self-expression of the sacral chakra to bring a sense of completion and then a new beginning with this universe card. So that's quite a lot of information here. Let's kind of spread that out there so you can see a little bit better. All right, and then with the last card, 2 cards fell out together, so we're going to look at both of them. The first one is the 7 of the physical. The red border tells me this is a physical card. So the 7 of physical. It says patience and planning. So even though we're moving into, that Aries energy with Mercury and Venus and being a little bit more, I want to say gung-ho, inspired or energized to move forward, it's still saying we need a little bit of patience. Of course, the sun is moving into Taurus, and Taurus is all about patience. So, we had a little bit of a start when the sun went into Aries a month ago. Now it's moving into Taurus, but we have other Aries planets happening. But again, we need to plan, make a plan, make a detailed plan of where you want to go next. Plan for the future, plan your next step, but yet still have patience. The number 7, numerologically, is kind of about going within and connecting with your higher soul self, meditating, contemplating, which gives us this kind of patient, self-reflective aspect here. So self-reflect on where you've come, what you want to do, where you want to go next, have patience, and plan your next step as you move forward. And I feel, here there's 2 pillars on this card and a golden light in the middle. It makes me feel like we're walking through a doorway here. So these 2 pillars kind of indicate the door frame, and we're walking through this doorway into this light, into this golden light of the universe, this magical light of the universe. And there's good things coming. So just don't push too hard too fast, or don't expect too much too quick. Know that what's happening is happening gradually, and we're building towards something. Let's take a look at the last card here. Okay, we have another physical card, and it's the 8 of physical. So we went from the 7 to the 8. The 8 of physical, positive movement forward. And that's exactly what we were just saying, that through patience and planning, we're going to have this wonderful positive movement forward. We're going to feel more energized. Our plans are going to feel more energized. This is like, to me, the number 8 is about empowerment. So this is us feeling more empowered. We're coming out of this more internal self-reflective time through this week and through some of the planetary changes, and we're moving into this cycle of empowerment and strength and confidence and courage, and moving forward positively, sailing into our future, if you will, with the next step on our path. So beautiful. I love how this just kind of unfolded, and I'm just really thrilled about this new deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So for those of you that chose the red tiger iron, this one kind of jumps out at me, red tiger iron, and it's Archangel Zapkiel, and ecstasy is at the bottom. And to me, again, it's this indication of passion. Ecstasy is about finding this place within yourself that you feel in total at one-ment with the universe, that you feel passion for life and for yourself and where you're going and who you are and what you're here to do and what you're here to accomplish. Again, there's a lot of this orange color, orange and yellow color, just like the sacral chakra here with its orange and yellow color. And this person is just in this state of ecstasy. So your angels and guides want you to be in a state of ecstasy about your life, about who you are, about what you're here to do as a soul, about what you share with humanity. And it's like we need to find that again. I feel like, those of you that chose this stone, the red tiger iron, you're needing to find that place within yourself that you feel joyful and happy and blissful and again, ecstatic about life and love and the pursuit of your goals. So this is, call upon Archangel Zapkiel this week to assist you in helping you find that. And I'm just going to lay that right here, because I don't want to cover up those other cards. Okay, and then for those of you that chose the Seraphonite, let's give this a little shuffle. And this one right away just said, pick me. So Seraphonite, Archangel Raziel, and intuition. Okay, of course, Archangel Raziel is like Merlin the magician energy. I say that all the time. He's the archangel that assists with alchemy, divine magic, increased psychic and intuitive abilities, the downloading or opening up of the crown chakra to esoteric wisdom and knowledge. And you can see this person sitting in meditation, and all of this energy and all of this information and all of these blessings and magic are kind of circling around this person as they're meditating. So I really feel like meditation and contemplation and some alone time and even some healing time is very much required for you this week. That's going to help you to connect more strongly to your higher soul self. Of course, you can call upon Archangel Raziel as well to assist. But as you connect more strongly with your higher soul self, you're going to connect more strongly to your intuitive, psychic abilities, channeling abilities, manifestation abilities. And this is going to assist you as we move through the energy dynamics of this week. It's going to assist you to kind of find that magic in life again, that magic within yourself again. Again, I'm feeling like a lot of us have been knocked off our center or depleted in physical energy, or feel a disconnect maybe because of lack of spiritual exercises like meditation to connect with our, angels, guides, and our higher self. Now it's time to reconnect. Now it's time to find that magic within yourself again, so that magic can come within your, be expressed in your outward life again as well. And then for those of you that chose the ruby with udalite, if I'm saying that right, let's give this a little shuffle. And this one actually is poking out at me. Not that one that's got a torn corner, but this one here. And this one is friendship with Archangel Uriel. Okay, Archangel Uriel is the archangel that assists with healing the mental body, our thoughts, our belief systems. He helps us with divine inspiration and guidance. And you can see again, there's these beautiful little stars all around here, and these two people sitting on a beach, kind of looking out onto the horizon. Looks like there is a full moon here, which this is interesting because we do have that full moon in Libra this week. So there's something very special about this full moon in Libra for you that you need to pay attention to. It will probably involve another person or people in your life, as the phrase at the bottom here says friendship. Now, friendship can be a friendship, obviously with a person. It can also be a friendship with a family member, or a connection with a romantic love interest, or what have you. But somehow another person or other people are important, as is the full moon energy. And there's, again, this magical blessing energy that's coming in. I feel like working with or collaborating with other people is also part of this message. So Uriel being the archangel of divine inspiration, kind of like that opening up of the crown chakra and having little flashes of insight. So in collaboration with other people, with developing friendships or associations with other people, there's going to be something blessed happening around this full moon time for you. All right, so I hope everyone has enjoyed this weekly reading. This is the first weekly reading that I've done here in my new place, my new home, my new office space within my new home. So I hope that you've enjoyed it. I send you all lots of love and light. Thank you so much for your support, and I send you many, many angel blessings.